Hi guys, welcome to another one of my videos. I'm Keto Phoenix and I hope everybody's been having a fantastic week so far. I'm slightly dolled up, which you guys don't see in many of my videos because mostly I'm running, and you don't want to run in makeup. At least I don't want to, because it cakes in my pores and then it causes massive breakouts. Your skin needs to be able to breathe. And when you have all that makeup on and you're trying to run, your skin can't breathe. So I do a lot of running, I do a lot of exercising, and I'm a mom, stay-at-home mom, homeschooling my kids. So when I'm not cooking or cleaning or schooling or running, there's just not much time to do makeup. But my family and I have started going to church again. And so this is just, coming back from church. So I have church makeup. Today's topic, I really wanted to just talk about the sustainability of keto and why keto might not have, say you try keto. And my guess is some of you watching me right now, probably that happened to you. You tried keto, decided it didn't work. It was some of the things I hear a lot. They didn't like the foods. They were disgusting. It wasn't sustainable, partly because they didn't like the taste of the foods. It wasn't sustainable because you felt hungry all the time. Something I've noticed in a lot of the videos, especially on YouTube, where people try keto and then they end up going off keto, I can spot right away what happened and why they failed. People automatically hear the word keto and it's like a light bulb in their heads that instantly goes, oh, keto, I gotta restrict my food, I can't eat anything, yeah, that's gonna suck, I might as well not eat at all. Okay, that's not true. In fact, I think one of the biggest mistakes people on keto face, the biggest mistake that they do on keto is they don't eat enough food. It's all about finding the right foods to eat on keto. And I'm sorry, some people say, oh, well, I like doing the calorie restriction diet because in the calorie restriction diet, I don't have to give up the foods I love. Wrong. People on a calorie restricted diet, and again, I'm not saying that anybody's doing anything wrong. We have to eat foods the way that we have to eat foods. And if calorie restriction has been working for you and you love it, and that's great, by all means do that. But it bugs me when people get on the internet and say, oh yeah, I'm on a calorie restricted diet and I can eat whatever I want. I don't have to restrict. I can, it's stress-free. I can eat whatever I want and I can be fine. I'm sorry guys, I've done a calorie restricted diet and I didn't do it just for 3 or 4 days. I tried the calorie restricted diet for a whole year. And yes, it worked. I lost weight. But I had to give up a lot of foods, okay? Calorie is similar to keto and low carb. The only difference is instead of counting carbs, you're counting calories. And people think that the calorie restriction is easier because when you look at the numbers, right? And it's different for some people, right? But say you have to do 2,000 calories a day. That's all you're allowed to eat, right? 2,000 calories. You think, wow, 2,000 is way better than the 20 net carbs I'm allowed to eat on keto, right? Like 2,000 is way bigger than 20, right? So you see that 2,000, you see the 20, and you go, I'm going for the bigger number because I can eat more. And that's just not true. And here's one of the reasons, okay? Right here, I've got my son's Doritos. And I'm using this as an example, okay? Now we're gonna look at the nutrition facts here, okay? So people love Doritos and they think, oh, I can go on a calorie diet. I'll have 2,000 calories that I'm allowed to eat in a day. But remember, only 2,000, okay? And that's for the entire day. I can have my Doritos because on keto, I wouldn't be able to eat Doritos, okay? Well, here. So the serving size for the Dorito bag is 11 chips. That's it, 11 chips, okay? Now, your calorie count per serving, so for 11 chips, that's 150 calories. 150. Yeah, you could have those 11 chips, but first off, who can eat 11 Doritos and be done? Like legit. If you can, And I mean that with all respect. All respect. You are fierce. There's no way I could open this bag of Doritos and just eat 11 of them. That is a recipe for disaster, because I wouldn't just be able to eat 11. I would have to eat a lot more. So you eat 22, right? Okay, well then you're at 300 of your 2,000 calories. But you still gotta remember, you've got breakfast and you've got lunch and you've got dinner. And by the way, every food you eat has calories. Every single food. I do not know of any foods out there at all, period, that is calorie free. And they're all in the hundreds. Most of them are in the hundreds. You can find some that are lower in calorie, but guess what? Those are the same types of foods that you would be eating on keto that people claim to not enjoy. It's no different between calorie and keto. Okay, the only difference is, yeah, you might be able to get away with eating 11 chips on the calorie restricted diet. But again, be very careful, because next thing you know, you're going to have eaten half the bag of Doritos and you don't get anything else for the rest of the day. You're restricting yourself, okay? So you have to be careful, even with calories, okay? And it is the same with keto. Like, again, here, it's 17 grams of carbohydrates, 1 gram of dietary fiber. So that is 16. That's 16 grams of carbs for 11 chips. Now on keto, that would totally be bad, because you can only do 20 net grams. So basically I'd eat those 11 chips and I would be done for the rest of the day. I wouldn't be able to eat anything else. Low carb, you might be able to get away with it, because I think the difference between keto and low carb is keto focuses on 3 factors: keeping your carbs low, keeping your proteins and your fats within a certain percentage. So you got 100%, right? And then you take those 3 and you split them in that 100%. So 20% is going to be your carbs for the day. And then the last 2 are going to be split between your proteins and your fats. Okay, so that's just a little byplay about keto. Low carb just focuses on low carb, nothing else. They don't really worry about their fats or their proteins. It's really all just keeping things low carb. And again, low carb varies for a lot of people. I know someone who tries to keep their carbs under 50. I know someone who's more in shape and they're more maintaining, less weight loss. So they try to keep their net carbs about at 100 and below that, which is super easy to do in my opinion, because I'm keto and 20 net carbs versus 100, there's a difference. So if I was doing low carb, I could easily do 11 chips and then still probably be able to do a decent breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So but yeah, even on the calorie deficit, I could eat 11 chips. But again, on all of those scenarios, it's the same. You have to limit what you eat, right? You can't just eat the whole bag. I can guarantee you, whether you're calorie restricting, low carb, paleo, keto, it doesn't matter. You cannot go to McDonald's and buy your medium-sized quarter pounder meal and not bust your entire diet, no matter what you're doing. No matter what you're doing, you're gonna go there and your 2,000 calories are gone. Your keto 20 net carbs is gone. Low carb is gone. Paleo is gone, right? There is no going to a fast food and just eating whatever you want and not breaking any one of those diets. So, and I say this to you not to be mean and not to harp on anybody's choice of diets, because you, at the end of the day, you have to do what is best for you and what is sustainable for you. I am just pointing out that people put a lot of pressure and a lot of stigma on keto being so restrictive, but when in reality, it's not. You're just not doing it right. And here's the difference between calorie restriction and keto. Keto has what is called, and it works for low carb and paleo too, I should point that out. Low carb, paleo, keto, all 3 of those. We have something that calorie restrictors don't have, and that is called free food. Free food. I can go in the fridge and I can eat as much bacon as I want. I can eat a whole pack of bacon. Okay. I mean, people have a stigma on the fat too. And I think that that's what makes them hesitate when they're on keto and why they end up eating so much less. They see bacon and they go, wow, that's a lot of fat. Okay. I'm only going to eat a couple pieces. Yeah, it's free carb, but those fats, eat your bacon. have fun, go ham. Like eggs, they're not a free item, but they're really low. And I don't know who all's eaten eggs, but when I eat eggs, I can eat 2 scrambled eggs and I'm full for like until dinner. I'm good, right? You add that to some keto bread or whatever. Oh, perfect, right? Pickles. Oh man, pickles are a free food. I can eat as many of those as I want. I can eat the whole jar, although I'd probably end up with a stomach ache, but that's beside the point. Pickles, free. Meats, free. They are completely free. They're not free on a calorie restricted diet. You have to count those calories, and there are calories in meat, okay? But that's a free food for keto. You can't ignore those free foods. There are lists out there all over the place. And in fact, I will put a list of just some of the free keto foods that you can eat. And again, when I mean free foods, this means that they do not count to any of your carbs. You're not drinking a leaded soda on any diet. I mean, you might be able to get away with one on a calorie restricted diet. I don't have a leaded soda with me right now. But again, if you drink that one soda in the day, you're greatly decreasing the amount of calories that you can have that day. Keto, definitely not. You definitely can't have a leaded soda. But you can have a diet soda. But guess what? The diet soda on a calorie restricted diet, you still have to count it. Again, I'm not harping on anybody's diet. Please don't think that I'm on here saying, haha, you calorie restrictors stink, No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm saying I tried it for a whole year and it didn't work for me. I felt more restricted on the calorie restricted diet than I do on keto, because again, I rely on those free foods to get me through. I get the munchies, okay? You can't just have the munchies on a calorie restricted diet because those calories add up fast. But on keto, I've got a whole toolbox of free foods that I can eat when I am having the munchies, okay? And you know what? If I can't have my munchies, I'm going off the rails. It's just as simple as that. It's gonna happen. And I will move these, not keto related, get those out of the video. Okay. Now, speaking of foods, some foods on keto they just don't taste that wonderful. I will admit, I struggle with enjoying anything baked with almond flour. I don't know. Almond flour is just not the greatest for me. And I struggle with that. And it can make finding things that I enjoy hard. And I can see where it gets frustrating. But again, that's with any diet. That's calorie restrictors. Have you ever watched some of their videos and some of the things that they're eating? I guarantee you're going to watch some of that and go, ew, I'm not going to eat that. And that's with calorie restriction. Same with low carb and paleo, which again are very similar to keto, right? It's just, ew, I don't like that. But see, here's the thing. And here's what makes it difficult. It's our mindset, okay? Think of yourself right now. Think of the standard American diet. Think about just being able to eat whatever you want to eat. Now think of the things that you don't like. Sloppy Joes. I hate sloppy Joes. I don't know why. I've never liked them. My grandma used to try to force me and my sister to eat them, and because we never liked them, but every time I just wanted to hurl. I hate sloppy Joes. Seafood. I do not like seafood. I do not like fish. The only thing I'll eat is tuna. And a long time ago, I liked smoked salmon. Like people actually smoked it themselves, salmon. Now, I haven't tried it in about 20 years though, so I don't know if it's still something that I would enjoy or not. I used to hate everything green. Green beans, yuck. Asparagus, yuck. I still have problems with some things. I like bell peppers now, but I used to hate them. My point is that no matter what you're doing, standard American diet, keto, paleo, calorie restriction, there are gonna be foods you don't like. Okay, it's just period. Things you don't like. The difference between keto and paleo and all of the other, diets out there, that's different from your standard American diet is you have had your entire life. You've had your entire life to decide what you like and what you don't like. It's something that you had to figure out. And you did, and you found the things that you liked and you found the things that you didn't like. Keto's the same thing. You have to stick with it. You will find the things that you like and the things that you don't like, right? It's going to be that way no matter what. No matter what diet you do, no matter what you choose to eat, you're going to have your likes and you're going to have your dislikes. You just have to stick with it, right? You're going to try something, you're going to bake something, you're going to eat it, and you're going to go, I didn't like that. Throw that recipe in the trash, right? That doesn't mean you have to give up on it. Maybe you just try something different, and then keep trying. And then eventually your list of likes are going to keep growing. When it comes to the standard American diet and even the calorie restriction diet, right? There are some canned foods out there that make eating just simple. And that is one of the biggest things. That's why the fast food industry is just so huge. We are so busy. Our lives are so busy. And we don't want or have the time to always be in our kitchen for a half an hour cooking things and when we've got all this other stuff to do. So again, there's the free foods that you can go to in a pinch on keto when you absolutely need to, but also there's meal prep. I swear by meal prep. And sometimes, like, some people make meal prep seem like a big deal. Like, they'll take a day, like 3 or 4 hours in the kitchen, and they will like cook a big, huge keto taco casserole thing, right? And then they'll split it in different containers and have that for dinner every night for a week. And then they'll bake some chicken and cut that up and use that for chicken salads for the week. And I speak from experience because I have done these things. It can also be something as simple as making something for dinner one night, right? And then splitting that in half, because you're not going to be able to, so you make a bigger recipe. And then you take some of that, put it in a container, and then save it for the next day, right? So then the next day, you don't even have to cook dinner for yourself. All you have to do is heat it up in the microwave. Or something else, like this is what I did when I first started keto that worked wonders for me. I would cook dinner, and then I would eat half of it, and I would save the other half, and I would have that for lunch the next day. And then I would cook dinner, and I'd repeat. Eat half of dinner and then save the other half for lunch the next day. And then I just kept doing that. And it was super easy and super simple. I mean, for, lunch, people just like, especially their lunches, people just like their lunches to be easy, something easy to get to. But keto is completely sustainable. And I just want to roll my eyes every single time I'm watching a movie or a TV show or somebody's on YouTube, and I swear, watch their eyes. They say the word keto and then they roll their eyes. They're like, keto. They make it sound so scary. They make it sound so hard. I mean, first off, they probably tried keto 10 years ago. And if you've watched my video, I did a previous video where I talked about my 9-year journey on keto. If you were someone who tried keto 10 years ago, it is way different now than it was back then. Again, you couldn't get keto bread already made. Keto buns already made. No, you had to bake everything yourself. And that was really hard. Things are different now. So if you're someone who hasn't tried keto in a really long time, I urge you to try again and look around, because the keto industry has changed so much and there's so many more things available to you for you to try. Another thing is water. Now that's easy. Just about every diet says drink your water. Drinking my water. Your diet is your preference and what feels good for you. I just want people to understand and respect keto a little bit more, because it's not as hard as people seem to think that it is. And yes, there's some restrictions to it, but there's restrictions for every diet. Okay, you just got to decide what your type of restriction limit is. But when you watch a video and someone says, "Oh, I do paleo because I can eat whatever I want," that's not true. Okay, I'm sorry, it's not true. Someone tells you, "I do a calorie deficit diet because I can eat whatever I want." Wrong again. Watch their videos. Watch them when they go shopping, okay? When they go shopping, they're very strategic about what they purchase. Oh, I can purchase this because I can eat this. I can purchase this because I can eat this, okay? If you could eat whatever you want, you wouldn't be going and shopping so strategically. You'd just be putting stuff in your cart. You wouldn't care. Just put it all in the cart, right? Everything I can afford going in the cart. If you didn't have to restrict, if you didn't have to watch what you were eating, just stick it all in the cart. Okay? That's all I'm saying. You're going to restrict no matter what. And that is what I want people to understand. Because they think keto, they think restrict, then they think automatically it can't be sustainable. And that's not true. If your sole reason to why you're struggling to lose weight is because you don't want to have to restrict the things that you love eating, then I'm sorry, you're not going to lose the weight. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not. You can't continue the pattern that has gotten you to whatever weight it is that you're at, that you're trying to get down, continuing to eat the way that you're eating. It's not gonna happen. If you wanna do the calorie restriction, go for it. But understand, you're not gonna be able to continue eating the way that you're eating right now, okay? It's not gonna happen. Choose keto. You're still not gonna be able to eat the way you started out eating. And that's what everybody struggles with. I have struggled. I'm not sitting here saying, I started keto 9 years ago and I've never jumped off the wagon. No, I have. And again, my 9-year journey on keto will attest to that. I battle with keto. And sometimes I don't lose the weight that I want to lose, not because of, mainly because the whole point of keto is eating foods, keeping your carbs low so that it'll force your body into ketosis, okay? Now, ketosis is a process of weight loss. It's like an engine inside your body that takes all those fats that you're consuming and it shifts gears inside your body. So instead of using carbs for fuel, you're using your own fats to fuel your body, okay? And I got a lot of fats in my body that I ain't gonna go to the gas station for a long time, okay? I can live off the fat gases in my body. I'm just saying, right? So the whole purpose of ketosis is just teaching your body to use its own fats for fuel instead of the carbs, because you eat something, say you go to Burger King and you eat a Whopper, okay? You have trained your body that it's gonna take those fats and it's gonna store them, so guess what? You got more fat stores. And it's gonna take the carbs and it's gonna use those carbs to fuel your body, okay? Store the fats, use the carbs. Now, when you're on keto, and you eat something, your body's going, okay, we don't need the carbs. Shoo. Take those fats and use them for fuel. I hope this video was helpful. I know it's kind of all over the place. I feel very passionate about keto, even though I have failed on it sometimes. I've struggled, I've fought with it. It's not keto's fault, and I know that, and that's what I want everybody else to understand. It's not keto's fault. Keto works, and I'm going to show you guys that just in my update video, right? I started out at 156 pounds, okay, on January 1st. I can't wait to show you guys where I'm at come February 1st, okay? Keto works. It is amazing. What the problem is my own mindset, battling up here. Reminding myself I don't need the Doritos. I genuinely don't. Doritos, there is no medical research or fact or anything that I have ever read that says you have to wake up in the morning and eat Doritos in order to survive. Right? That's just, they taste good. And that's why people want to eat them. But again, you want to get healthier, you want to lose weight, you got to make the hard choices. You gotta. There's no easy way out. And trust me, I have tried. I've tried diet pills. I mean, again, my 9-year journey, I talk about all of that. I've tried so many different things. And at the end of the day, I had to tell myself in my head and in my heart, there is no easy way out. There just isn't. And until you can accept that, no matter what you do, you're gonna struggle. No matter what you do, you're gonna struggle. You gotta understand that it's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to make some difficult choices. But you know what? I have faith you guys can do it. I have faith that I can do it. We all can do it. We just gotta remind ourselves our why we're doing it. If you guys have any more questions, let me know down in the comments below. I will do my best to answer them. And I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of the week coming up. I know I'm excited. I've got some games coming out. I am meeting with some book friends. And, 2025 is the day that I stop sitting on my katushki and doing nothing. It's time for me to get out that door. It's time to meet people, make friends, and enjoy my life. The hermit of 2024, I love you. You needed that. I respect that. Now we can move forward. So can you. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.